Make sure you're sitting down, because what President Cyril Ramaphosa unveiled in Pretoria on May 7, 2025 may just be the boldest local government rescue mission South Africa has witnessed since the dawn of democracy. And if you care about roads without potholes, taps that never run dry, and lights that actually stay on after sunset, this is the story you can't afford to miss. So hit subscribe right now and smash that notification bell, because SA Unfiltered is about to take you on an unfiltered ride through the political trenches where municipalities either rise from the rubble or slip into the abyss. For years, the term dysfunctional municipality has been thrown around like a political punchline. Almost half of South Africa's 257 local councils are either bankrupt or teetering on the brink, with sewage spilling into rivers, street lights rusting out, and staff too demoralized to answer the phones. Ramaphosa's newly launched municipal turnaround framework is designed to slam the brakes on that freefall. The plan creates a war room inside the presidency, staffed by Treasury technicians, infrastructure SA engineers, and a powerful interministerial committee that answers directly to the president every fortnight instead of waiting months for sleepy parliamentary reports. At the heart of the reform is money. Billions of rand once lost to cadre-deployed cronies or simply never collected from ratepayers will now be funneled into ring-fenced utilities for water, electricity, and waste. These entities will keep their revenues locked away from general municipal coffers, blocking the chronic habit of using electricity tariffs to pay councillors' legal bills. Starting this financial year, every dysfunctional council that signs the framework must submit an audited cash flow plan within 90 days or risk being placed under administration by the National Treasury, a deadline business chambers have hailed as refreshingly brutal. But money alone won't plug the leaks. The framework introduces professional city managers appointed on 5-year performance contracts rather than political loyalty. If a town's pothole backlog and water loss ratio aren't falling by at least 5% a quarter, the city manager's contract is automatically reviewed. To keep skills flowing, the government is reviving an old scheme from the 1990s, graduate technical bursaries, tied this time to a binding clause, 3 years service in a rural or small-town municipality for every year of study the state pays for. Universities from Stellenbosch to Fort Hare are already reporting a spike in civil engineering applications since the announcement. Ramaphosa's speech was equal parts carrot and stick. On the carrot side, towns that meet quarterly service delivery targets will leapfrog bureaucratic hurdles when they apply for national catalytic infrastructure grants, shaving months off project approval times and unlocking private sector co-funding. On the stick side, non-compliant municipalities will see equitable share transfers withheld until forensic investigators certify that procurement practices meet National Treasury standards. The president even dropped the S word, sequestration, for councils whose debt exceeds 120% of annual revenue, a move commentators say could finally scare chronic defaulters into action. Critics, of course, smell electioneering. With local polls slated for 2026, opposition parties argue the ANC is scrambling to paper over decades of mismanagement it helped cause. They point to the fact that 62 municipalities received audit disclaimers last year alone. Ramaphosa counters that the framework is intentionally party-blind, giving local councils only 2 options: commit to the turnaround contract or face receivership. The presidency quietly notes that several DA-led metros have already volunteered to pilot the ring-fence utility model, a rare moment of cross-party alignment hinting that the plan's urgency transcends ideological trenches. Beyond governance mechanics lies the lived reality of ordinary South Africans. In Emalalani, Mpumalanga, raw sewage has flowed down Walter Sisulu Street for 3 straight winters. In Mahikeng, Northwest, residents queue at cracked communal standpipes for water that sometimes arrives only once a week. The new framework's success will be measured in invisible victories: taps that work so reliably people forget there was ever a crisis, refuse trucks that become boringly punctual, and LED street lights whose glow is so normal that no one tweets about it anymore. Business confidence reacted almost instantly. Within 48 hours of the launch, the JSE's construction index ticked up as investors bet on a pipeline of road repair and water treatment contracts. Infrastructure SA already has more than R1 trillion in shovel-ready projects queued, many contingent on municipal capacity to manage bulk service connections. If the turnaround succeeds, those projects could transform patchy gravel roads into arteries of commerce linking small-town farmers to export markets, and that, says the president, is how structural reform becomes bread and butter economic growth. What makes this moment different from previous hands-on promises is the monitoring tech humming beneath it. Each participating municipality will install a real-time dashboard, powered by National Treasury's Valenlila platform, publishing monthly updates on revenue collection, infrastructure outages, and repairs completed. Civil society groups can scrape the data and flag discrepancies in an open API, a transparency gambit that could make whistleblowing not just patriotic but digitally frictionless. Still, the road ahead is steep. Many councils owe Eskom a combined R75 billion and counting. Ramaphosa hinted at a conditional debt relief scheme. The state will absorb arrears only if municipalities sign legally enforceable payment plans and install smart meters to curb non-technical losses. Analysts warn that nationalizing municipal debt without strict penalties would merely socialize the pain and invite fresh mismanagement. The presidency's retort is blunt: there will be no unconditional bailout. That line drew the loudest applause of the day, perhaps because taxpayers are weary of footing the bill for officials who treat public coffers like campaign kitties. If the framework lands, its ripple effects could be continental. The African Union's Agenda 2063 places sustainable cities at the center of inclusive growth, and South Africa's model of ring-fenced utilities and performance-bonded managers is already being studied in other African capitals. Ramaphosa framed it as a moral duty: our democracy is only as strong as the street light that guides a child home safely. And that, in the end, is why this isn't just another government press conference. It is a promise that the asphalt under our tires and the water in our kettles will no longer be luxuries reserved for the suburbs. So, whether you're a ratepayer in Kebera, a business owner in Messina, or a student watching this from thousands of kilometers away, remember that local government is where democracy touches your doorstep. Keep watching SA Unfiltered, because we'll track every metric, chase down every crooked tender, and celebrate each kilometer of pot-free road as it appears. If you want to be the first to know whether Ramaphosa's grand municipal rescue is triumph or tragedy, click subscribe, share this video with your community group, and drop your thoughts in the comments, because in this new era of accountability, your voice is the missing piece that turns policy into progress.